The video begins with sweeping drone shots over a vast desert plain, golden sand stretching as far as the eye can see. A single dust trail cuts through the emptiness, and as the camera zooms in, the silhouette of the 2026 Honda Africa Twin 650 comes into view. The bike tears across the landscape with purpose, suspension dancing over every bump, the engine note echoing against the dunes like a promise of freedom. My voice comes in as the bike comes to a slow halt on a ridge, the rider raising their visor to take in the horizon. Welcome back to Global Bike Biz, I say, and today, we finally get our hands on a machine that's been stirring rumors, excitement, and anticipation across the adventure community, the all-new 2026 Honda Africa Twin 650. As the camera circles the motorcycle, the details of its design start to stand out. The 650 carries the unmistakable DNA of the Africa Twin family, but in a way that feels more compact, more agile, and more accessible. The front end is dominated by a sharp dual LED headlight setup, giving the bike a focused, determined expression even when it's parked. Honda's designers have refined the aerodynamics, sculpting the bodywork to channel airflow cleanly over the rider while still maintaining that rugged rally bike silhouette. The new midsize chassis makes this Africa Twin far less intimidating than its larger 1100 sibling, yet it keeps the adventure-ready posture that riders love: tall stance, broad shoulders, high ground clearance, and that signature long-travel suspension. The frame has been engineered using a lightweight steel semi-double cradle layout, balancing durability and flexibility in a way that's optimized for mixed terrain riding. Watching the rider move through a rocky forest trail, the bike flexes and responds with effortless composure. Honda has kept the proportions friendly for both seasoned riders and newcomers stepping into the adventure class for the first time. Even the seat height, while still tall enough for proper off-road ergonomics, is more reasonable than the big Africa Twin. Optional low-seat configurations make the bike even more approachable. The real star of this machine lies in the brand new 650 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine. Honda has tuned it specifically for adventure, giving it a hearty low-end punch that makes climbing hills, overtaking traffic, or tackling technical terrain feel natural and controlled. The engine produces around 75 horsepower and roughly 68 Nm of torque, numbers that may not sound extreme on paper but translate beautifully in real-world use. Power delivery is smooth, predictable, and extremely usable, which is exactly what you want on long journeys or slippery off-road trails. The video cuts to scenes of the bike weaving through twisty mountain roads, the engine brapping confidently as the rider shifts through the gears, the sound balanced between efficiency and excitement. Paired with this engine is Honda's refined 6-speed manual transmission, but the 2026 Africa Twin 650 also comes with an optional DCT, Honda's beloved dual-clutch transmission system. The DCT makes shifting seamless, especially useful when riding through sand, mud, or rocky sections where focus matters more than clutch control. Riders can switch between full auto, sport modes, or manual paddle shifting, depending on how involved they want to be. For city commuting, the DCT feels like magic. For off-road riding, it feels like a cheat code that lets you concentrate fully on the terrain ahead. Suspension is handled by long-travel Showa components front and rear, engineered for excellent comfort and control. Whether the bike is hitting potholes in the city or landing after cresting a small hill in the wilderness, the damping feels confident and predictable. The front wheel is a proper 21-inch spoke setup, while the rear uses an 18-inch wheel, classic adventure proportions that give the bike serious capability on uneven surfaces. With nearly 240 mm of ground clearance, the Africa Twin 650 is ready to take on logs, boulders, ruts, and anything else a rider might encounter far off the beaten path. Braking is equally competent. Up front, dual disc brakes with radial-mounted calipers give the bike strong and sensitive stopping power. The rear disc complements the setup beautifully, especially in loose conditions. Honda's cornering ABS comes standard, using an IMU, inertial measurement unit, to adjust braking support depending on lean angle, terrain, and speed. For off-road purists, the rear ABS can be disabled, giving the rider full control. Technology plays a major role in the 2026 model. The bike features a crisp 6.5-inch full-color TFT display, offering touchscreen controls when stationary and handlebar switch operation while riding. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility make navigation and communication effortless, while Bluetooth connectivity allows for helmet intercom integration. Riding modes include urban, tour, gravel, and off-road, each adjusting throttle response, traction control, ABS intervention, and DCT behavior. Honda Selectable Torque Control, HSTC, has been updated to be smoother and more precise, preventing wheel spin on slippery surfaces without feeling intrusive. There's also a new low traction assist system, ideal for deep sand or wet grass where slow speed stability is essential. The styling of the 2026 Africa Twin 650 is both rugged and sleek. The fuel tank, slightly slimmer than the 1100 but still generous at around 19 liters, offers an impressive balance between long-distance range and manageable weight. On-screen footage shows the rider traveling through villages, open highways, and dirt trails without stopping for fuel, a testament to its efficiency. The tail section is lightweight and minimal, designed to accommodate soft luggage or pannier systems without adding bulk. Honda has clearly prioritized practicality and durability, making sure the bike can handle rough use, harsh climates, and extended touring with ease. One of the standout characteristics of the Africa Twin 650 is its versatility. This bike is equally comfortable in three very different situations: everyday city riding, long-distance touring, and serious off-road exploration. In traffic, it feels surprisingly nimble, the narrower tank and manageable seat height making it more maneuverable than most big ADV bikes. On open highways, the engine cruises effortlessly at high speeds, and the windscreen, adjustable in multiple positions, reduces buffeting. And once the pavement ends, the lightweight build and adventure-focused geometry give the rider confidence to push farther, tackling terrain that would challenge larger, heavier machines. A motorcycle like this wouldn't be complete without addressing the price. Honda aims to make the Africa Twin 650 an affordable gateway into the adventure world, positioning it well below the 1100 while maintaining enough quality and performance to compete with other mid-size rivals. The expected price sits around $8,999 to $9,999 depending on the variant and whether the buyer chooses the DCT version. That makes it one of the most attractive options in the mid-range adventure category, especially considering Honda's legendary reliability and global service network. As the video nears its conclusion, the footage transitions to a montage of the bike navigating multiple terrains: soft sand, gravel, broken asphalt, river crossings, and beautiful forest trails. Each clip highlights a different strength of the machine: stability, torque, comfort, efficiency, and above all, the sense of freedom it gives the rider. My voice comes back in, saying, the 2026 Honda Africa Twin 650 isn't just a smaller version of a legendary bike, it's an invitation. An invitation to explore, to travel, to chase horizons without worrying about what lies ahead. It's a machine built for riders who want adventure but don't want the bulk of a full-sized ADV. It's approachable, capable, reliable, and packed with technology that enhances the experience without overwhelming it. I finish by saying, if you've been waiting for a bike that blends long-distance touring comfort with real off-road ability and a price that makes sense, Honda might have just delivered exactly what you've been looking for. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Africa Twin 650. Is this the adventure bike you've been waiting for? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more reviews from Global Bike Biz. Until next time, ride safe and ride free.